Hey, Carrie. Nice to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to everyone. Lovely to see you. Lynette, Carrie Brown, Vaughan. Wonderful to see you again. Nice to see you. Hi, Shamila. Welcome, Tandeka. Gila. Am I saying that right? Is it Gila? Lovely name. Burmadine. Wonderful. Please go ahead in the chat box. Let me know where are you dialing in from. I had over 90 people register for this evening. So, hoping more are coming into the room, but thank you to the 7 that are saying yes to yourself. Well done for that. Love people with the growth mindset who are always looking and willing to grow and learn. So, a few more people coming through. Pumzila's just come in. Okabetse, hope I'm saying that correctly. Beautiful, love that. Wonderful. Please go ahead in the chat box. Let me know where are you dialing in from and get comfortable to put your cameras on. It's always so lovely speaking to faces and not all alone. All right, Vaughan from Hillcrest in KZN. Hello, Lynette from Longabon, one of my favorite places, Lynette. Lovely to see you all. Go ahead. Let me know where you're dialing in from and also what industry are you in. Shamila, hi from Joburg. Shamila, I'm heading there on Thursday. So I'm busy mentally deciding how many bags I need to take for all those warm coats because I know it's so much colder than Cape Town. So what industry are you in? Where are you dialing in from? I would love to find out a little bit more about you. So welcome to everyone. You are at the Speak with Impact 60-second pitch, and this is for entrepreneurs in sales and real estate professionals. Fantastic. So we have Pumzile from Randburg Gas Industry. Wonderful. Joburg North, lovely. Joburg as well. Lynette in real estate, fabulous. Actually, I just had somebody from Longabon, who was part of my course, also in real estate, Lynette, from the real estate industry, and I'm in Pearly Beach, Overstrand. Fabulous. So go ahead, let me know where are you dialing in from. And again, thank you for being here. So maybe you can just Vaughan and Carrie, because I can see you guys, thumbs up that you can hear me clearly and see me clearly. See my slides. Fantastic. Thank you. Carrie is from Zimbabwe. She's a personal wealth manager and also just completed my Speak with Impact for public speaking course. So yay, love that. All right. Well, I am going to, looking at the time, it's 7:03. I am going to dive straight in. I do know some people come sliding in a little bit late, but wow, usually we have at least a 20% show up rate this evening. That's a 10%. So either people are very cold or completely forgotten, but excited that you are here nevertheless. And I really hope you walk away this evening with one new tool that will help you with your 60-second pitch. I am going to ask you that while you're here, give yourself the gift of this time. Yep, close your cell phone, close up those email browsers, and really just spend time giving yourself this gift to learn something new. Even if you give me 100%, you're only going to hear 40% of what I say. Quite scary, hey? So give yourself the gift of time, and I would love to dive straight in. So how many of us, and I know quite a lot of your industries, have to do these dreaded phone calls? And I know when I need to pick up the phone, my heart goes boom, 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 boom. And sometimes hand starts to shake, voice starts to quiver. And I think I just really hope the person on the other side will want to speak to me, potentially become my client, and not slam the phone down and shatter my confidence. How many of you can relate? Well, every time I do need to pick up that phone and make that cold call, I do exactly what I teach some of my trainees to do. Step into that Wonder Woman power zone where I plant my feet solid on the ground, put my hands on my hips, shoulders back, chest up, take a deep breath. And I visualize that the person on the other side will want to speak to me, want to work with me, and more importantly, feel that I'm coming from value with intention. And that's what I focus on when I'm making those calls, and hope if I get plums in my mouth and nothing comes out impressively, that I can at least structure a sentence correctly. Well, my name's Nikki Abraham, and as confident as I may look and sound, I dread those cold calls. Even I used to be petrified of networking events because I started in the hospitality industry at the young age of 15, starting working at a restaurant. And when I turned 18, I decided to go traveling. I spent 3 years working on yachts around the world before I landed up on a beautiful island in the Caribbean, and where I ran 2 restaurants consecutively. So I fell in love with hospitality, working internationally. And when I decided to come back to South Africa in 2004 with my Caribbean souvenir on my hip, which is now my gorgeous 21-year-old son, I didn't want to come back with the t-shirts. I made a baby. And I came back to South Africa and joined the Woolworths coffee shops. I spent 14 years working with Woolworths, starting as a coffee shop manager, growing into their training manager, regional manager, and then national customer service head. During my 14 years, I helped grow our restaurants from 32 restaurants to over 150. Oversaw a team starting at 450 to 2,500. And I loved working in hospitality. But during this time and my 29 years in the hospitality sector, I never once had to do a cold call or network because companies just came to us. People just came to us. And that's where I was like, pretty easy. But after 29 years and in hospitality, realizing that I didn't want to do another 29 years in hospitality, I saw this quote, and the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. And I knew I needed to take the chance and make the change. Something else that I'd really been interested in and always passionate was the real estate sector. And that's where I was headhunted to go work in a real estate company as a team leader, which involved training and recruitment, something I was very comfortable with doing within the hospitality organization. But what I didn't realize was that in real estate, recruitment involved headhunting, which was not what I was used to working at Woolworths, placing an ad and people just applying for positions. So while I was working here, I realized I needed to start making those phone calls, attend networking events, and start building relationships. And that's where I learned this analogy about the butterfly. How often when you feel like you've got deadlines, you've got KPIs, you've got bills to pay, you've got to make those phone calls, you've got to bring in the income if you work in sales or entrepreneur for yourself, and you're almost desperate for business, that you are chasing business, very much like the butterfly. I mean, think about yourself in the garden. If you are chasing a butterfly, the butterfly is going to fly away. But if you're coming from contribution and if you're coming from value, the butterfly will eventually come and sit on you. And this is what I started shifting my focus of. I'm not just going to chase KPIs and chase numbers and chase appointments. I was going to start working with people, building relationships to get people to know, like, and trust me. And as soon as I felt the urgency or the need, I was like, think of the butterfly and just breathe. Because how many of you have heard your network is your net worth? And the second thing is your net worth will be an outcome of how many people you have in your network. How many of you have heard that? Well, that's when I realized this was the importance of growing my network. My phone at that stage had a few people, 100 people's names on my phone, mostly the team members that I'd worked with at the Woolworths coffee shops. My networking was non-existent. Friendship circles existent, but were they going to come and do business with me? And this is when I realized the importance of picking up that phone, attending networking environments, and more importantly, overcoming my fear of introducing to myself either on the phone or in a public event. So this is for you today. If you want to learn how to grow your network and your net worth, this is for you. If you want to be confident speaking to a client, be it one-to-one or one-to-many. This is all for you, also for you. If you want to learn how to improve your speaking on camera, be it for reels or for marketing, this is for you if you want to learn negotiation ninja skills. And this is for you if you want to learn to speak with impactful confidence, to win the client and close the deal. So let me know in the chat box which one resonates the most for you. A, grow your network and your net worth. B, be more comfortable and confident speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. C, learning how to speak on reels or for marketing purposes. D, getting better negotiation skills. Or E, just being more confident to win the client and close the deal. Let me know A, B, C, D, or E. Lynette, I was in the British Virgin Islands. Where were you? Right, A, B, C, D, or E. Let me know in the chat box. Which ones resonate the most for you? So Carrie says D and E. Thank you. Gila says E. Perfect, to win the client, seal the deal. Nora, E and C. Speaking online, marketing. Stay off the VVI. Awesome. That's so cool. We're going to have a chat. All right. Which ones resonate the most for you? Vaughan, growing my network so that it will increase my net worth. Fabulous. So keep going ahead, letting me know. Welcome to everyone that's just arrived. Very excited you're all here. Go ahead. Let me know which one resonates the most with you. So if you ever feel like you have plums in your mouth, that you cannot structure a sentence clearly or concisely, or you get nervous at that networking event, my goal for you this evening is to take away those nerves, to help you launch a 60-second elevator pitch. Because it's not your fault. So many of us are petrified standing in a room full of people to introduce ourselves. And often this started back at school when you are called up onto stage to go do your oral. It's also not your fault that we haven't all learned effective speaking communication skills to close deals. It's not your fault that no one's taught you how to get out there and network or do your elevator pitch. It's not something they teach at school. In fact, I only learned this in 2019. And it's not your fault that you're not comfortable speaking one-to-many. And not that this is all about standing on stage, just doing a little reel that can go viral. And I'm going to wave my magic wand in the next 60 minutes and share these tools with you and go wish, 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 and hopefully help you to gain the confidence that you can do this. So I get this. As I shared with you, working in hospitality, I never had to do the whole networking vibe. But learning it in 2019 in my real estate business was where I was so appreciative that I had to learn it. Because 16 months into my new journey, 2 days before the president put the country in lockdown, our entire leadership team got retrenched. And I decided then to start my own training company called the Winning Attitude Skills Training, specifically focusing on hospitality and all the training manuals I'd written for Woolworths, from leadership to I was the national customer service head, financial management training, plus I wrote a manual on how to recruit and so many more. But more importantly, as a one-man show during COVID, this is where I needed to tap into that cold calling. And as soon as we could start meeting people again, attend networking functions. So be it that you want to learn simplified tools to be more confident speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, and there's probably quite a few here going, I don't have a problem with that. I'm confident. But sometimes when we are confident, how many of us speak too much? Almost like you're going on a washing machine spin cycle, spitting words out, and often talking ourselves out of a deal. In fact, this was me. I used to call myself the professional winger. I could wing anything. But when I wasn't closing deals, I was like, something needs to change. I then decided to go on a journey of learning more about communication. Now, I'd already been a trainer for 14 years at Woolworths, going into real estate, starting my own company. But in 2021, somebody said, whose life has pivoted due to COVID? And I was like, oh, mine has, got retrenched, started a company. And he said, are you a keynote speaker? And I was like, yeah, Google keynote speaker. Yeah, I can do that. Yes, I am. And I thought, oh crap, I better now learn how, and got some bookings. But that's when I decided to sign up to 2 public speaking courses, one locally and another one internationally. I was very blessed to become a co-coach for 2 years as well. Before a year later, a TEDx Cape Town speaker coach, as well as launching my own public speaking course, whereby I've had over 50 graduates go through my program, which Carrie Brown from Zimbabwe is here, and one of my latest graduates. But I also realized that not everyone wants to get up on stage. Not everyone is comfortable or has that confidence. And some of us just need to go, well, what choice can I make? What chance do I take? And what change can I make? So the speaking one-to-one, standing on stages. I have now spoken on stages for up to 5,000 people across Africa and internationally. And I love it. But as I started working with so many different people, they were like, oh, I don't want to be on stage. I also realized the importance of how many people wanted to get confident with an elevator pitch. As I started attending more networking functions, I started seeing this need more and more, because so many people were picking up a piece of paper to introduce themselves or reading it off their phone because of absolute fear. And that's when I launched my Speak with Impact for Sales course. So I want to welcome you to Speak with Impact. This is for you, entrepreneurs in sales, real estate professionals, or you just want to learn that 60-second elevator pitch. But I do want to share with you, I have a gift for you, and I would like to email that to you at the end. It won't be at the end of the session, actually 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, going to be clear there. However, what I am going to ask, with over 90 people that have registered for this evening, often I get a lot of duplicated names. So can I ask you in the chat box, please go ahead while I'm chatting, type in your email address. That way I can make sure I tag you correctly so I can send you this gift tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I can get it all prepped tonight and send it to you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So with that, Either if you don't want to send it to all, you can send it to me privately. That's absolutely okay. It just makes it so much easier that I get the right people that are here and not send this to someone else. Hi, Shanique. All right. I was with Shanique yesterday. Fabulous. So welcome to everyone. Thank you so much. All those new ones that have walked in and come in. Fabulous. Great to have you. So in the chat box, please leave your email address so that I can share this gift with you. So you can just sit back this evening, enjoy the ride. So there is going to be an elephant in this room. I mean, I cannot share my last 6 years' expertise specifically with networking with you in 60 minutes. However, I am going to share more information with my Speak with Impact for Sales course, but only with your permission when we're ready. But I want to give you enough value that you can walk away and immediately start with the implementation of this tool. For those of you that have never met me before, thank you very much for coming. And if you want to know more about me, please go ahead and have a look at my Google, my business account. You just type in the Winning Attitude Skills Training into Google, and it will show you I've now got 118 reviews. Otherwise, on Facebook, over 25 reviews, and go and see what other people have said about the impact of this course and how it's helped them. So let me ask you, are you ready to dive in? And if yes, how long does it take to create a first impression? Let me know, how long does it take to create a first impression? Go ahead and type it away in the chat box. How long does it take to create a first impression? Carrie says 3 seconds. A few seconds. All right, coming through. There we go. So I picked immediately. Thank you for your replies. I'm going to ask you all to get those fingers on the keyboard. Keep them nice and warm. Well, it takes 7 seconds. 7 seconds to create a first impression. So with that, it's about the way you dress, the way you show up every single day. I mean, let's be honest. You know, how often do we feel like we don't feel like dressing up and we're just going to pop to the store quickly? Don't we always bump into a friend, a client, our ex? It's like Murphy's Law. So it's always showing up. It's also the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way people want to hear and listen to you. It's the way you carry yourself with confidence. And also the way you smile at people, be it on the phone or face to face, is what can create that first impression. And the importance of that first impression is somebody is in that moment going to go, I want to hear more, or not for me. That is exactly what happens. Because some people are going to connect and other people you repel. And that's okay. But if you can play the part, act the part, dress the part, and speak the part, our goal is to get people to know, like, and trust us. So I want to share with you what helped me remove my plums. Now, as comfortable as I was in speaking professional winger, I still needed to learn how to do this better. So I thought, what can I do to improve my skills? Signed up for speaking courses. Then I thought, well, you know, one of my biggest fears is walking into a networking function alone. I felt like I always needed a buddy with me because sometimes I just had those plums in my mouth. Well, a friend of mine invited me to a networking function for APSA. And I arrived, I felt dressed okay, like pretty average. But when I got there thinking I was going to like hang on to her, well, she was organizing the event and didn't have time to entertain me. So left me to my own device. And as the room started filling up with these beautiful, incredibly well-dressed women, I started feeling smaller and smaller. I stood by a wall. It was a maroon wall, and I was just wishing the wall would suck me in and spit me out to the car just so I could go home. And I was like, stop. You need to get over this. What about go to that bathroom, close that cubicle door, stand up in your Wonder Woman pose, put your shoulders back, chest out, feet solid on the ground, and take a few deep breaths. And I was like, you're going to have one role today, and that's meeting one person. Just go out there and meet one person, and you can do it. And that's exactly what I got my mindset to do. Well, actually, I met more than one person, and it was an incredible event. But what was the best part of that event is one of the speakers that evening shared something about the art of networking. And I remember as she said it, I took up my book and I scratched it down. I was like, wow, 4 steps, simplified steps. Now, I'm someone, if you've ever worked with me, loves working with simplified steps. But when I wrote that down, she said these 4 things. All you need to do at a networking function is I am, I do, I can, I need. And I was like, if this is all I came for this evening, plus there was so much more, I was like, well, then that was worth it. I then started researching a lot more about networking, reading a lot more networking books as well, and diving a little bit deeper into this I am, I do, I can, I need. And then I decided I wanted to build up the muscle, the confidence muscle, and put it into practice. I started signing up to as many networking functions as I could, purely just to stand up and do my introduction. I wasn't even going to meet people. I was just going to build the muscle. You know how so many people want to speak well? Well, you can only do that by building the muscle. It's like wanting to get fit. You can't just sign up to gym and expect to get fit. I mean, you actually have to go. I mean, I signed up with a dietitian last month, not thin yet. You have to put in the work. Well, a couple of months ago, I attended a new networking event, the 5th group I now belong to. And I remember walking in, it was called the Business Breakfast Club CEO Circle. And I walked in going, wow, look at these incredible women. But I dressed up, I felt good. I got the vibe of what needed doing. And the lady who organized the event, I walked up to her and I was like, I know your face from somewhere. And she said, ABSA. And I was like, wow, 2 years ago. I was like, oh, you were the lady on stage. And yes, it was. Kenny, who was the lady who shared the talk, I am, I do, I can, I need, is also the founder of the Business Breakfast Club. It was an absolute no-brainer to sign up with them because I had learned so much from this lady and have now taken it. And I shared with her, I've actually created a whole training session about this and putting it into practice. So let's dive in. So often when people go, well, who am I? All we need to do is share our name. This is who we are. Because if you don't tell me, who's going to tell me? So it's I am, I do, what is your profession? What can you do? How can you help? What advice can you offer? What valued information can you share? And then I need. What is that one thing you need? One outcome to stay in touch with you for any future requirement. So this is just surface level. We're going to go a lot deeper now as well. But your name, your profession, how can I help you, or what I can do for you, and what is that one thing that you need? So this is when we have the opportunity at a networking function or in the elevator or meeting someone new to confide in them when they say, Vaughan, what is it that you do? Carrie, what is it that you do? Sarah, Lynette, Saramilla, what is it that you do? That is giving us an opportunity to confide. Let me know, what does confide mean to you? Let me know in the chat box. What does confide mean to you? Feel like my chat box is very slow this evening. Thank you, Vaughn. Confide means trust. Thank you, Nora. I see sometimes a message comes and takes very slow, and then it all just comes. So maybe it's a little bit of a lag at the moment as well. Confide means to trust. There we go. Tell a secret. Love that. And the word confide comes from the word confidence, which means we are confiding in someone with confidence, which immediately gives us reverent power. And reverent power is the energy that introduces you before you speak. So if you had come on tonight's session and I had been like, hi, my name's Nikki. I'm very excited to be here. You'd be like, how is she going to teach speaking with confidence? It's in order having that trust so people get to know, like, and trust you. And in order for someone else to trust you, you need self-confidence, which is trusting yourself. I did this session live yesterday, and I see there's some ladies on the call this evening. But I did the session live yesterday, and it was so interesting because somebody shared, like, with very much nervousness and scared to share more about herself. And one of her friends turned to her colleague, said to her, how is anyone going to buy from you without the confidence of what you have to say? Yeah, if you're not confident with your words, how's your customers going to be confident with your words? And that is one of the key things we need to remember. I am, I do, I can, I need. So when I decided after launching my full public speaking course and hearing how many people, last year alone, I worked with over 1,200 real estate agents, and realizing from attending all these different networking functions, how many people were just so scared to do that elevator pitch. And understandably from, what we've learned growing up or not learned. That's when I decided to launch this course December last year. I have now had over 100 people go through the program, and the results have been incredible. But when I launched this last year, December, after 3 weeks, we took holidays for Christmas. And after 3 weeks, I said to a few people, don't you want to just share me a little video and let me know how you're feeling about the course? And when I look back to their first session and then their third session, the impact was incredible. I'd love to introduce you to Sandra.
I've been in this industry for 15 years, East London, Knysna, Cape Town. I love challenges and I love to improve in my craft. My name is Sandra Robb. I'm with Pam Golding Properties, and I've recently joined Speaking with Impact with Nikki Abraham, and I'd like to give her a big shout out for the course that she's running.
Isn't that incredible? In just 3 weeks. Yes, this is a 10-week course, but in 3 weeks, the impact was profound. Now, she is doing Reels, she's doing Facebook Live, she's all over social media, which already as an excellent agent is helping her improve her net worth as well. Effective communication can increase your net worth by 50%. In fact, learning to speak clearly, concisely, with impact will improve your day-to-day conversations. If you're an entrepreneur, it will help you there. It will improve your relationships with your clients, colleagues, family members, friends. It gives you the confidence to think before you speak. It helps you with business, in sales, negotiation skills. And the difference between a manager and a leader is effective communication. So if you're in leadership, this will help you there as well. Learning the arts of speaking clearly and concisely will change your life. I know even as a trainer for the last 20 years, the tools I've learned in the last 6 years has made a massive impact to my life and my business. Let me introduce you to Peter.
Good morning. I'm Peter. I'm from Umhlanga Rocks in KZN. The reason I wanted to do this course is I've had a bit of life history in that I have gone. Hi, I'm Peter Moroney. I'm a property practitioner with Meridian Realty in Umhlanga Rocks. I wanted to share with you just recently, I've done a public speaking course with Nikki Abraham. I've learned some incredible skills that have helped me on a professional level. And to be able to communicate clearly and concisely and confidently and with impact makes such a difference in my profession. Whether I'm
Again, profound. And he actually did a little reel for me last week, as well as shared a message, which I'd love to share with you. So be it that you want to gain confidence speaking one-to-one or one-to-many with doing a few videos or reels, or get off that washing machine. Here is the simple elevator pitch. I am, I do, I can, I need. So when it comes to the I am of introducing ourselves, what I have noticed with so many people is how uncomfortable we are telling people about us, about ourselves. We're not being brought up to tell people how amazing we are. Now, again, if you don't tell me, who's going to? So one of the things I encourage you to do is take some time and write down a list of all your accomplishments. From what happened during school, what sport accolades did you get? What certificates did you achieve? Did you get excellent results? Were you a prefect? From what were your positives from school? When you finished school, did you study degrees, diplomas, courses? What expertise do you have for what you've done or where you're at? So often I meet people that have got 10, 15, 20 years expertise in a previous company, and yet they go into a new industry and they're like, I'm not good enough. Well, you are, because you've got 5, 10, 15, 20 years or decades experience in admin or as an attorney or as a doctor or whatever, insurance, whatever that may be. You have expertise. Now, it's not that you're going to introduce yourself with your CV and list everything, but it's recognizing you've had life experience. And with that life experience, having that accomplishment that what you've gone through could potentially help someone else. And you share this from your heart, your head, and your gut. Now, often we don't want to share this because we feel like we're bragging. But the difference between confidence and arrogance is intent. If you're introducing yourself with confidence, because I'm telling you what I've done, not to show off, but I've got the expertise sharing what I've done. I'm sharing it with confidence. If I'm going, well, I'm amazing, the best speaker, and you should work with me, that's arrogance. But if your intent is good, that's just sharing with confidence. Sometimes we share something personal about ourselves, something about our family or a hobby. That way it can also bring in a little bit of your personality. Like I shared, I came back with my Caribbean souvenir, my 21-year-old son from the Caribbean. So ideally, it's building up rapport and recognizing your accomplishments, your experience can help someone else in the room. And that is really important. Then when it comes to what is it that you do, think about your business and just share a couple of things about your business that can help someone else. Again, speaking from your heart with passion. We so often assume that everybody here understands exactly what it is we do. When you came into the room this evening, I said, let me know what it is that you do. We had quite a few people from real estate. We had somebody from a gas company, a private wealth management, There's quite a few different industries right here. I'm currently working with somebody that runs a panel beater shop. I've got people that have worked IT. I'm currently working with a telematics system that, a company that puts telematics on big fleets of trucks. I am working with training companies, so many different industries. Yet, if you just go, this is what I do, people don't always understand. So how do we share what we do in a simplified version that people can go, oh, now I understand? Just in the real estate sector, when we changed real estate agents to property practitioner, so many people are like, what does that mean? I help you find your dream home. From holding your hand on this process, from applying for a bond to getting pre-approved, to applying for a bond, to helping you put your house up for sale, whatever it may be, it's speaking with real language. This is what it is I do. Ultimately, my goal here is to create a relationship. I want to tell you what value I can add. This is what I can do for you. I can help you put money away for a later day. I can help you with the journey, choosing the best investment for you. In fact, what I have done, and you're sharing this with your client. So again, you're sharing your skills, your knowledge, and your strengths, what you have learned, and how you can help others. And this is the importance of tapping into those accomplishments, tapping into your expertise. Then when it comes to how can I help you? And this is the most important part, because we're coming with value, right? We're not chasing that butterfly, we're coming with value. This is what I can do for you. And ideally, a great thing to do is ask a few questions to build great rapport. However, if you're standing up at a networking function and you only have 45 seconds or 60 seconds, try go like in the middle of the group so you can hear what other people's needs are, and that way you could answer them right there. Or it's simply saying, should you want to become a first-time homeowner, I can hold your hand through this journey. I will help educate you, guide you, and I will be at your side every step of the way. If anyone here is thinking of buying a house, would you come and have a conversation with me? And I'm not in real estate. I do real estate training, but I'm not in real estate. But that's using, this is what I can do for you, how I can help. We want to find out what's important to them so that we can tell them what it is we can do for them. And then when it comes to the I need, we would like to find out what is it that we're doing, but what is that one thing we need? What outcome do we want from that networking function, or from that cold call, or meeting someone else? And this is the importance of not chasing that butterfly. Choose one thing only. Start small. That's it. And this is often we're like, oh my gosh, I got bills to pay. I need to sell a house. I need to sign you up. I need new clients. I've got to make so many meetings. And then we chase the butterfly. Start small. The most importantly is building the know, like, and trust factor. Welcome. Love to know more about you. Great to have you here. Thank you so much. I asked you, please leave your email address in the chat box. I've got all your email addresses because you've already registered for today. But it's just one step simpler to make sure I tag the right person to send you your thank you email. One thing. If you say to somebody, connect with me on social media, I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and TikTok and too many things. One thing. So if your need, your outcome is, you want them to connect with you on social media, one platform. If your outcome is, I'd love your email address so I can add you to my newsletter, one thing, right? If your need is, I would love to speak to anyone that is in the car industry, as I'm ready to launch in the car industry. Is there anyone here that could reach out, or do you know who I could speak to? One thing. That is when we look at one need. So be specific about your ask. don't let it, don't go out there going, I'm too scared to tell them what I really, really, really want. You want them to be so clear that they want to serve you. And always, always thank people for their time. Thank them for keeping you in mind. If you are at a networking function and you do get someone's details, make sure you follow up within 24 hours. May I add you onto my database? May I give you a call and set up a coffee date? Make sure you stay in contact and build the relationship. I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, this is actually a full 90-minute training session. I'm just giving you some off the top because there is so much that helps you with that cold call, with that networking function, with that elevator pitch. But following this 4-step simplified process makes it a lot more tangible. So remember I shared about Peter. Have a look at one of Peter's reels, and he's now putting out a reel daily.
Hi, my name is Peter Moroney. Now, creativity isn't just a skill. Creativity is actually my signature, and I use it when I do the reels, videos, and professional photography to market your property.
Peter has now also launched a YouTube channel whereby he's sharing educational videos, helping people to build the know, like, and trust factor. But this is something he shared with me. He shared a voice, and I was like, please, may I share this? And he said, yes, absolutely. Since doing Speak with Impact, I've completely shifted how I market properties. Public speaking gave me the confidence to get in front of the camera, and now I use videos across all platforms, from house introductions and suburb reels to more personal get to know you content. It's helped me build credibility and visibility in my farming areas, and I'm getting noticed by other agents and homeowners alike. As a result, I've secured a luxury development of 22 townhouses and 8 apartments worth over 150 million rand. Social media supported by strong presentation skills is proving to be a powerful tool. Isn't that just incredible? And that is simply using those tools. So my name's Nikki, and I help entrepreneurs, business owners, leaders in real estate master the art of speaking so you can communicate with confidence, sell with impact, and lead with authority. And be it a one-to-one conversation or a team meeting or commanding the stage, my Speak with Impact training gives you the tools to influence, inspire, and increase your sales success. So I would like to ask you, with permission, may I share more information with you regarding my Speak with Impact for Sales course? Please go ahead and let me know in the chat box. I see a lot of people are having problems with their internet. It's on, like jumping in and off. It's shame. I'm sorry to hear. All right. Jamila says, yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. All right. Thank you. Please do. Fabulous. Again, thank you to you. Making a choice, taking a chance, and I know the change it's made to the over 100 people I've already worked with. So thank you for saying yes. Well, my next program actually launches 5th of August, 10-week program, 90 minutes per week online, just like this. It's a Tuesday morning from 9 till 10:30. So 10 weeks, 5th of August. And the way I present my webinars is exactly how I work online. However, I work with small, intimate groups because I want you to gain the confidence with each other. I have now had 7 different cohorts join that I've worked with. Currently, I'm also working with 2 large companies. And with that, watching each other grow from strength to strength and speaking to each other, but also building this close knit has been incredible. So a little bit about the program. All sessions are presented live weekly, followed by a Q&A. It is interactive. However, should you not be able to make a live session, sessions are recorded. You will have access for 6 months. Each session has a workbook, weekly assignments, as well as a certificate of attendance at the end. And what this course covers, so there are 10 jam-packed sessions, 8 of them full of learning and theory, more teaching you how to apply, not just the theory, plus 2 Mastermind. So session 1 is all about your introduction, your big why in 60 seconds. Stepping into the spotlight, your journey begins here, focusing on your purpose. Also, the essentials of speaking in public, how to adapt your 60 seconds pitch or your 2-minute talk to your audience, as well as your strategic objective. Session number 2 is all about focusing on words having power. And how do we silence our doubts to empower our voice? And how do we get confident sharing that? I want to share with you what Justine says about confidence.
It's helped me gain confidence when I'm working with people, when I'm speaking with people. I just feel so much better and know what I'm doing and what I need to say, and I actually know my goal. When I'm going to speak to people at a networking, I'm not half as frightened as I was, and I know again exactly what I need to say and when I need to say it. So thank you, Nikki, and thank you, The Winning Attitude.
Simple power of words having power. Session number 3 is deeply impacted from this evening, but a lot more the art of networking, your creative pitch. But more importantly, you will master being able to do a 30-second cold call, a 45-second introduction, and a 60-second elevator pitch. I do want to share with you that my elevator pitch, I've actually got it down to 30 seconds, clear, concise communication. And for the last year, every single event I've ever gone and introduced myself, I have connected with incredible people, and most of them have become my clients. So just learning a simplified tool can make such a difference. I want to share with you what Tony shared, but the important part of when Tony signed up for my course, he was actually, he is a preacher in church. And when he came on, his pain point was, Nikki, I speak so fast that I'm so struggling that can people in my sermon actually hear what I'm saying? And while he was doing that as a career, he then also went into property. And it's like, if I can just learn to slow down and speak clearer, I will be so happy. Listen to what Tony has to say.
Hi, Nikki. I would just like to thank you once again for the course that you presented to me about 3 months ago. You often used to speak about a 60-second, a 2-minute. Didn't quite understand what it was all about until I went into a BNI meeting as a visitor in the beginning of May, was called to do a 60-second, did it very easily, confidently. In the meantime, I've joined them. So little do I know you were preparing me to join BNI. So I want to thank you for that, and gave me a lot of confidence in my talking and to be able to talk clearly. And so I'd just like to say once again, thanks a lot. And I truly appreciate your course. Keep on, Nikki. Bye-bye.
Absolutely
Hi, Nick.
lovely. So session number 4 is beyond words. How do we speak on camera so that our audience wants to listen, wants to hear, and doesn't want to hit the next button of your video within a couple of seconds? Session number 5, the art of storytelling, how to captivate your audience. And you will learn how to do an excellent story in 2 minutes. So this is great, captivating sessions that you can use for marketing. You can use, was my opening of my webinar this evening, or even when I do my little videos online. Session number 6 is all about the power of body language on and off camera, focusing on non-verbal communication. Because verbal communication is speaking clearly and concisely. But if your body language is not matching that, that can make all that hard-earned work of speaking beautifully fall away. Session number 7 is the DISC profile, understanding different personalities. This is one of my favorite sessions. I actually have it in every course I offer because it's all about how to understand different personalities. Firstly, to identify your personality, and then second, the people around you. For this particular course, we focus on client's personality. So once you understand your personality, how do you adjust your personality to your client's personality so that you can hear exactly what it is they want, so you can communicate accordingly that your client wants to keep working with you. Session number 8, it's about impromptu speaking. Excuse me, how to master thinking on your feet and to handle any questions that can pop up. In fact, we do a lot of impromptu right throughout the course. And then the 7 C's of communication to win your clients and close the deal. Along with it, 8 90-minute jam-packed sessions with live Q&A and putting it into practice, along with 2 bonus masterminds. Robin Leanne was on our course, and she was one of the ladies in my first group. And I actually reached out to quite a few people a few months after they finished the course, because when I started, it was still new. And I was like, what difference has the course made in your life? I'd love to share what Robin Leanne shared with me.
Hi, Nikki. I just had to share this with you. I've just signed 3 deals recently after completing the Speak with Impact course with you. And I know your training played a big role in helping me. So it's really been a game changer. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's just learning these
Hi,
little tools. She's now also working with me as a go-getter and completely focused on consistently practicing her speaking skills. So just a reminder what this course covers: your introduction, big why in 60 seconds. Stepping into the spotlight, your journey will begin right here. Speaking with impactful confidence, the essentials of speaking in public. Silence the doubts, empower your voice. The art of networking, your creative pitch. The art of storytelling, learning how to captivate your audience. Creating impact with your clients, understanding their personalities using DISC with confidence. Beyond words, the power of body language on and off camera. Speak with impact, win clients, close the deal through clear communication. So let me ask you, money aside, I mean, if I said to you, this is completely free, if I can help you speak clearly and concisely with confidence, that's going to increase your network, your sales, monthly commissions. Just let me know in the chat box, who would want to work with me? Let me know. Who would want to work with me? Carrie says yes. Thank you, Carrie. All right, Dudu says yes. Bumzile, thank you. Gila, wonderful. Thank you, Vaughn. I would. Fabulous. Now, I would love to say this is free, but this is my passion, my life. I live my passion, serving my purpose with training. It's my business. And if I had to say to all those real estate agents who would like to sell my house for free, in fact, I'd love to do some personal wealth development with you, Carrie, but no charge. And those with the gas need some gas. Okay, we all have business to make. So I would love to say that. However, the value that you get versus what you need to invest in yourself is incredible. I want to introduce you to Anya, and the reason why I met Anya a year ago at a networking function, and she was petrified to introduce herself. The first time she stood up, she started shaking. I was the keynote speaker that day. At the end of my talk, she came up to me and she's like, I need to learn how to do that. She signed up to the course, and the difference it's made to her just in 4 weeks that I'm going to share with you now is incredible. She started mastering her 60-second pitch.
I'm very much an introvert, so it's a bit tricky talking in front of a whole bunch of people, but I'll do my best. So we started looking into natural products that promoted cell-to-cell communication. We've decided people like so that they are able to reach retirement and be healthy and live and not end up dying before they get there. That's our retirement. So my name is Anya, and I would like to help people bring their bodies back into balance so that they can make it to retirement and get to grow old with their grandchildren.
Every garden I walk through, every rose I see, every sandcastle washed away by the tide, a constant reminder of you.
Isn't that just incredible? In 4 weeks. Anya, from when I started working with her, had a job, plus as an entrepreneur, one business. She now still runs that job and has 3 more businesses as an entrepreneur. She attends every networking function. When they give a few people an opportunity to speak, she's up there. As shy as she has built that muscle. So again, go and have a look at what other people have said this is done for them, the difference it's made in their lives. So be it that you'd love to get off that washing machine, winging it and spitting words out, or get more confident speaking one-to-one or one-to-many, this is for you. And you can continue doing what you're doing at the pace you're doing, going slow, or you can learn these simplified tools and get there really fast. So I love working with action takers. And if you are an action taker, this is for you. You will get a couple of these bonuses, and one of them is 10 weeks of Go-Getters Business Mastermind. This is something I host every single Tuesday morning. You can just be part of Go-Getters as well, but it's a 30-minute session every Tuesday morning. I have over 35 people in this group. We inspire each other weekly, holding on to goals, accountability, always learning something new. Second bonus, I actually did the session live today. Find your voice with AI, creating captivating content. You will have this as an on-demand session, which will be part of your bonuses ready for you on your platform. Bonus number 3, how to handle challenging clients to turn them into loyal clients. You will learn a 6-step blast principle right here. Bonus number 4, the art of negotiation, communication. Each of these are valued at 1,997. Bonus number 5, master the art of goal setting. This is a timeless session that helps you focus on your goals for every single year, as well as time mastery for unparalleled success. How do you take everything you've learned and create the time to give you the time to put this into action? You will also get 2 live masterminds with myself, whereby you will learn and be completely confident with those pitches as well. So speak with impact for sales. The value of all these bonuses here, from what I've just covered, the Go-Getters Business Mastermind, Find Your Voice with AI, Handling Challenging Clients, Art of Negotiation Communication, Master the Art of Goal Setting, Time Mastery for Unparalleled Success, and 2 masterminds. Plus, I valued this course at the beginning of the year at $7,997. Now that I've had over 100 people go through the course, I've asked them to value the course for me. And every person has said over 10,000 Rand. So my launch price for 2025 is 7,997. However, I'm offering a special for you today at 4,997, whereby you save 3,000 Rand. For the next 24 hours, the bonuses are included. And I do have to let you know, this will be the cheapest that you will see it again. I have started when I've launched, and every single course, some of you have been here before, have seen the price increasing. Well, the demand has got higher because I work with small, intimate groups. I do not take a lot of people. I want to make sure that you are getting maximum value for your time. And with that, every course, and as I'm now getting more and more bookings internationally and with large companies, my time is going to be a lot less with small individual groups. And I would snap that up right now. So if you want to look at this, there's a once-off payment option. Alternatively, you can do 2 payments over 2 months or 3 payments over 3 months. The course launches on the 5th of August. And if the date doesn't work for you, my following launch will be in September, which will be a Thursday morning from 9 till 10:30. If that works better for you, you're welcome to buy now for that date. Very happy with that. So on that, I'm just going to go through here. I'll come back to that slide as well. Who am I? My name's Nikki. I'm a public speaker strategist, a TEDx Cape Town speaker coach, and a leadership extraordinaire. I love helping people learn how to speak clearly and concisely with confidence. And I can help you fall in love with your voice. If you're ready to take the next step, I would love to work with you. I'm opening up for Q&A, but if you're going, I just can't do this right now, you are welcome to secure your seat with 1,000 Rand deposit only. That will be in the email tomorrow morning. That way, as long as you pay off the full amount, then by the 1st of August, you'll get all those bonuses, but T's and C's apply. So I'm going to leave this right here. Program starts 5th of August, 10 weeks, every Tuesday morning from 9 till 10:30, online via Zoom. All sessions are recorded. Please do feel free. Ask any questions if you may have any questions. I am here to answer. I hope you got immense feedback and value from today, that you can take this simplified tool and apply it right now. So let me leave it right there. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. I am here. I see there's quite a thing. Will this recording be available? Thank you. I will let you know. More than likely, I may put this up on my YouTube channel. Thank you for, and then I'll let you know. So usually I keep my latest version on the YouTube channel. Okay, Carrie, you have changed my life with your Speak with Impact course. Looking forward to working with you on the next one. Yay, Carrie, fabulous. And you were incredible with the public speaking course. Fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So on that, I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful evening. If you're still here, remember, if you haven't yet dropped your email address, please do, so that I can share those details with you. I want to thank you for spending your evening here with me. I hope you've got some value and ready to make the choice, take the chance, and let's make the change your life deserves. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah! Thank you, Carrie and Vaughn. Nice to see you guys and everyone else.